guys. Hope everyone's doing alright. Yeah, I should probably rename this series so I don't come across as someone who drinks during weeknights and alcoholic and all that stuff. But yeah, we're going to be continuing on this monster thing. Obviously the deadline for it is kind of like Friday, I believe. So yeah, I may as well push it a bit more tonight so I can not have to worry about it the next 2 nights. So yeah, we're just going to primarily be on the sculpt itself. I'll probably take it into Maya to update the lighting. I have done a tiny bit of work off stream, not really on the sculpt. I don't think I've worked on the sculpt off stream, but I have put it in a Maya scene and set up a very basic shader. It's mostly just a grey shade, but it's kind of like a marbly subsurface thing. But I've set up an animated camera with animated depth of field and all that sort of stuff, just to focus on the different faces. You can't hear me. Oh, yeah, I think that was on your end, Becca. But yeah, so I've set up a camera just with some animated depth of field and that sort of stuff. It's literally just 3 frames, it's not like a sequence that I'm going to render. But yeah, so I'm just going to continue to work on the sculpt. We'll see kind of where it ends up by the end of this. And hopefully it's not too bad. So I'm kind of at a point where I need to start refining some shapes and also start merging the mesh. So let's merge the mesh first. Let's grab the body and should merge that to the legs probably. So let's go geometry, delete lower, and just merge that down. Merge down, okay. And then we've got the tail as well, which we need to merge down. Merge down. Cool. So that's 6 million polygons. Hey dude, how you doing? So now we need to dynamesh these guys. Also the keyboard's moving just enough for it to really bother me. So let's test. Let's duplicate this. And then isolate it. Geometry. Oh shit, okay. Tail's gonna be a bit of an issue. Because of the asymmetry. Okay, subtool. Let's delete this. I'll take the tail back off and we'll just merge that later once I'm happy with the body. So let's go split the parts. Okay, and what are you? Oh, these are all. God damn it! All right, cool. So let's move you down. There we go. And then merge these down. There we go. So now merge these 2 together. Cool. Now duplicate it, and then we can dynamesh this. So that can do for our kind of low res, I guess. Maybe let's go a little bit higher. Let's go to 128 and use this for kind of a low res dynamesh. Then we can reproject the details back on. There we go. So add some subdivisions. 10 millions, maybe a bit much. Delete higher. Check the resolution of this guy. Yeah, that's more than enough res. Most of this will vanish anyway. So let's go to subtool. Just quickly project this. just delete this guy. He's a lot sharper. Have I lost anything? No, we've lost the sharpest bits, but nothing really important, right? How did the legs fare? Yeah, it's nothing important's been lost. So delete that one. And I can continue to kind of work this guy up a little bit. I'm going to try to keep the square brush. I don't normally keep it on, but I think I will for this. Just to see what it gives me. And this isn't a serious sculpt. I'm not doing it professionally, so I can experiment a little bit. Serratus anterior. Name of that muscle. Let's get that in there. Not too keen on this. Let's try. I know Alpha 6 I like. Let's try softening Alpha 28. Alpha. Modify. Turn on the radial fade a little bit. I know that works well with clay tubes, so maybe we'll try on that.
I don't know. But let's get out of here.
Yeah, for some reason clay tube just looks really fucking good with the softened alpha. I just need to regain control of my sculptor. Just gonna give it like a, not torn effect, but like a gripping kind of feeling on the tip there. What does it feel like if we had these lines? Not sure if I like those. Better than it did earlier, but not too keen. Volumes are a little bit much. There, we're going to need to merge the heads in at some point. In fact, we can probably merge the heads in now. So let's go geometry, delete lower. Let's just merge them in, fuck it. I'm not too worried about losing these. Merge you down as well. Maybe this one we'll leave out for a moment, but this guy will merge down. So, merge down. Cool. And then we need to do a dynamesh on that. isn't quite a lot there. Let's set the to 1,000. Keep going up, but let's go 1,500. Not 15,000, that would be a bit intense. Okay. How about then we go subtool, duplicate, geometry, dynamesh. And then just project that back on. Then this might take a moment. Sort of Dan's comment on my sculpt, or on the name of this stream. I'm hoping ZBrush doesn't crash from this. I mean, 11 million polygons isn't that much to project, right? Like, I've definitely projected more than that before. Moment to do this thing. Or maybe like 30 seconds. Okay, that's done. So, let's go back to low res. Well, quote unquote low res, it's still 2.9 million. Okay, so let's turn off symmetry for a moment and just smooth this guy in. I think I'm going to completely fill this area. What I'll probably do is kind of have some areas blend in like further than others, so it has more of like a stretch effect to it. So maybe this bit. Looks hot. Thanks, Nick. Hey dude. How do you practice your anatomy, bro? Asking for advice. I don't think there's any secrets to it. I mean, in my case, I just do studies from time to time. Granted, I'm not really a professional modeler. I'm a look dev and groom artist primarily. Mostly groom artist, to be honest, but... yeah, I mean, in terms of when I used to sculpt more often, I'd just, you know, pick some reference images and try to match them, and then when I inevitably fail, do it again later. I don't think there's really any secrets to it. Granted, I'm not the guy to ask. I'm not a top level sculptor. I can sculpt well enough to get by, but I'm not a good one. Ah, getting lost in my camera. What the hell is going on right now? There we go. Camera just wasn't reacting the way I expected at all. So let's get some. Looking gross, which is what I want, so I'm not going to complain. Oh, okay. Let's fix this area. Thank you. No worries, dude. Yeah, just keep practicing. You'll get to where you want eventually. I don't think there's any secrets to learning this stuff. I think whenever people say that there is a secret to something, they're just trying to sell you something. Oh shit, I did all that asymmetrically. Alright, let's see if I can get these back in sync. One of the nice things of clay buildup is if you accidentally work asymmetrically, but you are just hollowing out an area, it can work well enough at kind of building things back to where they should be. The reason being is just that the way the brush works naturally tries to fill deeper holes faster, so eventually it will even itself back out like to be symmetrical. That's already starting to get a lot closer. There we go. It's not symmetrical, but it's closer. Let's just put a hole here. One thing I noticed earlier, which made me pretty happy, is so I'm addicted to Forza Horizon. Like, I just fucking love that game. But I've noticed that Forza Horizon 5, so that comes out in like November, I think, and you can already pre-download it, which doesn't make sense to me. Like, I know obviously they just update it as it goes, but it's still, isn't that a bit early for you to be able to pre-download? Like, surely the week before, yeah, that makes sense, but fucking 4 or 5 months before? Seems a bit excessive. Or just take up space on your hard drive for no real reason. Let's make the other bits visible. No, don't want that bit. In fact, we can delete that bit now. And let's just increment that. I really don't like this bit. Why do I hate it so much? Like, I know this isn't how the muscles there work. Like, it's 2 different layers of them. But, like, I hate this more than I should, I feel. It just looks so bad. Maybe if we fill in that a little bit, it will help. Better. Not much better, but better. Mike, what did you call the guy who did the Halo stuff when you were in previous? Oh shit, Stu Witten, I believe. S-T-U. Witten. Oh god, I can't remember how you spell Witten. He's probably one of the best artists I've ever worked with in terms of, like, I didn't realise how good he was until after I left, because like I didn't see him do like regular artist work that often. I saw him do like a lot of like scene building. But when I saw what he could actually do in terms of when he just sits down and models something himself, I was like, oh shit, okay. Now I see why he's so expensive. Center brush. Definitely over sculpting, so I do need to kind of pull myself back a little bit. It's got an interesting feel to it. Definitely too much, but we can even that out. Yeah, that's better. So, this attachment doesn't make like any fucking sense. So let's hollow you out. How are we attaching this? Maybe what it needs. Is for this bit to be pulled in. So it's got more of a visible knuckle. Like that. That feels better, at least from this angle. It's not like working great from the front yet. We got a web on this side, but the web position doesn't really make much sense. Let's just pull that down. I can thicken out the top again later. Do need to add asymmetry at some point. Like proper asymmetry. We're using a specific concept of freehanding design. For the most part, freehanding it. There was a concept at one point. I think I'm streaming my left screen. Let me just double check. Am I streaming my screen or an app? Screen. Alright, cool. So he's based primarily on a flood design from Halo. So Halo, Flood, Marine. It's primarily based on this low-res little guy. That was kind of where it started, and it's just slowly drifted into being more of a creature. The bits that have obviously remained is the head with the tendril things. Well, the infection head, the original head, and this arm. They've all stayed. Everything else is gone. So what's this form? I know it doesn't point up, but that's what I'm going with. In fact, no, I need to get rid of that. I think the whole thing needs to move up, right? So let's just do that. And then we still need to hollow out this little area. So I'm pretty sure I made up a muscle in that original bit. How long do you want to work on this piece? I should be finished with it in the next day or two. Ideally tonight, because it's just a sketch. Like, it's not really going to anything long term. It's basically just at work we got a little competition thing where every 2 weeks we sculpt a design, and the theme at the moment is monster. So I just figured, you know, I'll have some fun with it. Obviously, we're a kids TV company. I work at a place called Blue Zoo, so it's, you know, quite funny to me to always do like really kind of grotesque work whenever I'm doing stuff with them. Obviously, during work hours, I have to make everything look very cute, and that is not who I am as an artist. Like, it's really not. I definitely prefer to make things that look a bit grim. But yeah, I mean, in total, I think this guy I've worked on now for about 8 or 9 hours, including kind of the iterations in concepting the guy. So I imagine by the time I'm finished, it'll be like 12 hours minus render time. my render time is going to be quite long, so I want to do like chromatic aberration stuff in camera. Do I want to change anything about design before I go too far? I don't think I do. Let's just remove that. So I'll need to move into asymmetry pretty soon. I'm not going to pose him or anything, but I want to kind of like, you know, this face, have it like pulling the skin on this side. Obviously we got this guy too, but I don't think he really counts. Yeah, it's still got symmetry on. Cool. Let's kind of blend these in a bit. Even if it's just like literally a quick pass like that, just to give it a bit more kind of placement, I guess. That's not the right word. But you get the general idea, I think. I don't want it to feel like a tube that's just been stuck through. Retapper on this dude would take forever. Yeah, fuck that. I mean, me being me, I would do it, but not for this project. It's completely unnecessary. Ah, fuck this guy. Oh, have I been sculpting the lowers this whole time? Great. Just for that, I need to find out. Okay, cool. Well, I guess we're re-sculpting some shapes. God, he's laggy though. I guess this high res is just for the faces, right? I can't decide if I like this song or not. So how do you work? Yeah, I was thinking of playing about with the lighting on this guy a fair bit. So the lighting I've currently got in Maya is quite dull looking. Like, you know, it's literally just the HDR that I use for everything. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Quite like the lighting on this, the close-up. It's relatively simple, but I do quite like how it works for him. Although it would be fun to kind of play about with some harder lights, as you say. I was almost thinking of like modelling him on a plinth and actually committing to the whole like tiny model thing, but maybe put him in like a little museum stand. Because that wouldn't take long to do at all. Like, just put him in a glass box and you're done. Like, modelling a plinth wouldn't take time. Okay, let's start on asymmetry. Let's just save this. I just need to mask one side. Just sort of things like that will start to move that asymmetry a little bit. Maybe give one side a little bit more mass. It's nothing major, it's just really small stuff. This would take too long to resculpt. Just subtle little bits of, like, it still looks like a symmetrical model, but these very subtle changes of volumes, to me, make quite a large difference. So we do need to merge the head and the tail in at this point. So let's duplicate this guy. And then merge you down. Oh, did not mean to do that. Merge down, merge down. Okay, then geometry. There's 128 I did, right? Yeah, a bit low res. Oh, I just need to turn symmetry off. Cool, so let's go, it's 400. Do you want to pose it before render? Nah, not really worth the effort, to be honest. Cool. So let's upres that once. Same poly count as the other guy. And then let's just... Okay, this is going to take a while. Let's save before we do it. It took a minute last time, so I just have to leave it to it. Then we'll play about with lighting, once I've got things kind of sculpted in. Oh, it's taking its time. What happened to his face? Oh yeah, 'cause I'm projecting. Fuck, okay. Shit. How do I do this? Or just a res from here? I don't know how much have I lost. Now project it. I see the swimmers have become runners then. Yeah, he's definitely changed his anatomy a fair bit. Do you plan any contents to stream on this channel, or do you just chill? So at the moment it's just chilling. However, like I will be restarting the series soon. That was doing the Gustav Doré painting, but he takes a while. Like he's a very slow project, so I will be getting back to him. But in terms of planning, though, like I mean, I don't think any streams that I do are classes fully planned. Like, I plan the project, but I don't necessarily plan what I'm going to do on a specific stream. It's definitely not as structured. If that's what you mean anyway. Hey dude, how you doing? Come on. This song sounds like it'd be fun to jam to. I might play some guitar after the stream, depending on when I finish. Nice music though. Yeah, it's really cool music. I do like the chill hop. For royalty-free music, it's really not bad. Cool, there we go. So I need to delete you to lighten my scene a bit, and then that's all that together. So I just need to start going through and cleaning up that stuff. So let's get started. First off, smooth this shit. Yeah, I know, right? I was joking about that earlier. It's like, I should probably change the name of the stream, but at the same time I do quite like the name, like, Drink and Sculpt. It's just because the whole thing of like drink and draw is like quite a common thing in British kind of not alcoholic circles, like artist things. It's like, you know, you go to the pub, you get some drinks, and you take your sketchbooks. But yeah, I should probably change the title at some point. I hate not being able to work with asymmetry on this stuff. I shouldn't have posed the tail before I sculpted it on. I'm a bit late now. Just need to manually sculpt it to be the shape of that one. The blend, that is. It's just a case of like sculpt across, then smaller brush, hollow it back out to get that kind of ramp feel. Kind of like this vertebrae feel that this one's got, so I'm gonna keep that. That was a cap. Might just rename this series at some point to Alcoholics Anonymous. Just fucking roll into it. sculpting everything twice. My favourite bit. Okay, so let's start kind of stretching this in a bit. Yeah, I'll have that float off the surface like it currently is. And let's fill that. The key here is long strokes. I guess around this I'm going to need to kind of inflate that up a bit. Modelling does make me want to drink sometimes. Oh, absolutely. Working in the CG industry, I think, is there's a very long like assembly line to alcoholics and people with mental disorders. I'm curious actually what the stats are for mental health in our industry. Like, do we actually stand worse to other industries? Or is it just generic work stress that we're just really bad at dealing with? That looks awful. The problem now is that this has a bit too much of a definitive line, so we need to kind of do some more of these. What am I doing with the head? I wonder if anyone's made a plugin for ZBrush to do that blender mask thing, where you can like kind of draw out ramp masks. So that's a really helpful feature and that'd be amazing to have right now. Because I know you can smooth masks in ZBrush, but it kind of relies on your poly count being quite low. It doesn't smooth based on distance, it just smooths based on vertice count, which is not really ideal for most users. Let's just get that out of the way. Take them the same way. Yeah, this area is really weak. Doing research on PTSD for a project and watched TED Talk that put forth PTSD and burnout are nearly identical in a lot of aspects. Burnout could be a form of PTSD. Really? That's interesting. Yeah, PTSD is such a tragic thing. Like, luckily I've never really experienced it. I've not really lived a life that would give me PTSD, but I do feel for those who have it. we can try doing a test render with this. So let's save. And then let's just go into transpose master, depose mesh. And that has merged them for me so that I can decimate them. Yeah, that should be fine. Every time I save a PTX map, Maya crashes. Rip. Weird. Is that done? Okay. So let's decimate. 500,000. Cool. Let's just turn off. I know that the scale's wrong on this guy. Export him. Flood geo. Could be the resolution you've set to. Potentially like the PTX res. Import. Then... where was that? I think it was in... wrong place. Projects, client work. Let me just do self screen. Nope, wrong place. Cool. So it'll be in software. I wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally show anything. I don't really have any like NDA stuff in like surface level folders, so the chance of accidentally showing stuff is pretty low, but I still don't like risking it. These are scopes, and we got, there he is, import. It's set to 5. Try setting it lower. Try setting it to like 1, see if it still crashes. Tail should be mostly identical, so I can just hide this guy, and that's the new one, right? Yeah. So assign that material. There we go. So let's give that a test render on frame 3. Alright, good night, dude. Yeah, have a good sleep. Alright, so let's try. Just for a moment, try the plinth thing. Then I'm just going to just quickly. But ambient occlusion is really helpful. There we go. So notice this is a triangle, but something I quite like to do is bevel and then bevel that and then smooth it. And that gives you sharp corners with little triangles, but they're actually quads. I quite like how that looks. Let's give you a shiny black material. Where you at? There you are. And then I guess that roughness is fine. Mike, when I usually see groom artists work in their reel, they typically use a bare model or just a hipster man in his verses. You seem to choose more crazy models. Any reason why? In what kind of way do you mean? In terms of just what I do, or like, or if you found my show reel and you're wondering about that? Kind of looks cool as a little. Let's just quickly do some actual modeling. Let's just quickly go back to there. I'm going to set this as the final frame. There we go. So I can return to that. I could probably even go with a larger focal length. Let's try that actually. I need to delete that. Save. This one seems a bit smaller. Let's test a different focal length. So, is that keyed? That is not keyed. So, go to the next frame. Set that to, let's go 120, because that is my favorite focal length apparently. Set key, and then just move that back. And set key in its position too. We'll see what works better later. I want to quickly test something. So first off, let's just make this not perfectly black, because that doesn't exist. Yeah, generally the projects you do are more general and go into advanced stuff that are not groom related. This one wouldn't work great as a print. Thanks, dude. Yeah, I mean, in terms of the projects I do, I think the reason being is because although professionally, yes, I am a groom artist, my career is still moving in that direction. I'm a senior look dev artist now, and most of what I do is fucking groom pipeline. So I'm definitely kind of locked into doing groom for the rest of my career. But in terms of what I like to do, I'm a lot more of a generalist, I'd say, in terms of like what I enjoy doing. I don't enjoy just sitting down doing groom all the time. I do enjoy modeling, I do enjoy texturing, I do quite like lighting, even though I kind of suck at it. So I just generally try to do a bit of everything. To kind of, just get the most out of stuff. So I've got an idea. And it involves I need to split these into different objects, extract faces. This is the dumbest way I've ever split faces before, but it's working, so fuck it. So these are all now individual glass planes, eventually. So I'm just going to merge those back together into one object, but they're still separate faces. So I can just kind of grab that. I'm sure there's a better way to do it. Oh yeah, detach components. Why the fuck didn't I do that? But anyway, let's just give this a quick go. So I just want to extrude all of these to give them a very, very small thickness. And then I need to Jesus. Okay, we're gonna need to scale you, aren't we? Cool, and then do a super tight bevel. Cool, it's not perfect, but it'll give us a general idea as to if this will actually work or not. So let's add a material to that. Into shader, standard surface, diffuse. Let's add a touch of diffusive out. Let's set that to white. I prefer to use this. 0.05. Very, very tiny amount of diffuse. In fact, no, doesn't it automatically kind of weight that out? I'll put that back there. Go to transmission, set you to 0.95. And glass tends to have an IOR of about 1.5. I'm going to increase it slightly, and I'm going to decrease the roughness to 0.5. Lots of 0.5s happening right now. And then I want a little bit of dispersion. I can't remember how these numbers go. Okay, so let's go to 5. And that should be fine, so let's give that a go. Okay, you're a bit too much, aren't you? Okay, let's set you to 0. Let's just set dispersion to 0 for a little while. So, I'm not keen on the fact that matches up perfectly, so let's just... Actually, I can scale this guy. Let's just move his pivot down to here. Definitely got some issues with interpenetration here. I'm just wondering if this general presentation will work or not. Let's set you back down. And then set you to not be visible to camera. No, that looks awful. That still looks bad too. How sharp are these edges? Too sharp. Okay, so let's pick another frame. Go up here. Okay. Key U as well. And then let's go down to our depth of field. No, it's down here. So aperture size is what we're going to change. I'm just going to key you there, and then let's increase you a fair bit. There we go. We can't go above 1, can we? Oh, we can. Nice.
Just want to be with you right now.
I always do like overly shallow depth field, and I always get told it's too much, and I always don't care. That is too much though. I will yield in this one. We could try a low angle. I mean, this one not too keen on. Let's try. What happens if we get to see the bottom of the glass? I don't know. Let's kill this for a moment. And I just want to sort out this model. Are they actually gaps? I'd rather there be like visible gaps, because that you can explain in terms of like real world. Overlap you can't. I'm not doing nested dielectrics, I'm just doing glass that's against glass. So let's have some very small gaps between these guys. I should fix a few of these edges. I just need to increase my trace depth as well, actually. Transmission. Oh, it's already pretty deep, but let's put that a bit higher. So I feel like this area might be getting kind of screwed over. I could increase all of them, but... So now what I'm not keen on is this box. I'm regretting that bevel. Let's delete it and make a new cube. And then it was the second one? It was. So obviously we don't want them perfectly sharp. Let's just drag this down for a moment. And then bevel you. And then I'm just going to straight away give this like actually a fair number. But give that smaller. How's that look? Better. I'm gonna group these. Let's turn that off. And I'm going to move the pivot down a little bit so I can just scale these. So I want to check different sizes. because that will allow the camera to get in closer if I wanted to. These ones are still working. Oh, is that outside the glass now? I need to set the progressive passes. I can't remember if there's a way to actually do this in here, but like in, for example, V-Ray, you can do like negative subdivs for like the first passes. There has to be a way to do that, right? Oh, that's helpful. I'll get some details back. I always find that crazy as well. Let's go to like 12. Oh. Yeah, let's increase this a little bit. I'm also just going to save my scene. I just need to save a alt version too. So I kind of want to mess with lighting a little bit. Let's save these two as light A group, and then let's try creating a mesh light. No, not mesh light. Lights, area light. Just try directly above 10. I can't remember how crazy strong these have to be. Okay, so it is visible. Let's go. Oh, shit. 15. Yeah, there we go. It's getting a bit strong now. Do I have any studio light setups downloaded? Let's just fix that as well. Way to hit the hay for the night. Alright, good night, dude. Yeah, definitely need to download a Studio Lite. Let's go to HDR Haven. Or HDRI Haven, sorry. And let's see, Studio. If you don't know about this site, by the way, like, you should. It's really, really good. This is a bit warm, but could work. I want something that's like really contrasty. This kind of works. Put that up there. Kind of like this in some ways. Just turn that reflection brightness down. Can probably try adding some dispersion to this now as well. Just see how it cleans. Dispersion adds such a cool effect. Just have to make sure you get it right. So let's download that. Let's just let a small section clean up. This is what dispersion does. Kind of adds that color to reflections, or refractions even. I think it looks beautiful. You just have to get the right amount of it. Right, so we have our HDR right now. Let's just check. Is it actually that blue? Fuck's sake, I hate that. Look, there we go. Yeah, okay, so it's not that blue. Good. I do kind of like this. Like, it's overly contrasty, but it's partially why I like it. Like this stuff. What can this be made of that will work better? Let's also get our HDR in there. Lights, Skydome. Let's create a file. And it's on my desktop because I'm a filthy casual. And then that's imported as raw. I'm going to trust it. So let's just see how that looks. I will turn off dispersion again as well. So I was going to have to convert it. Let's probably hide these guys for now. That is an intense light. It's barely visible. Is raw the correct color space for this guy? I mean, I really hope it's not sRGB, but it might be worth checking. Yeah, that makes a big difference. Surprises me how invisible this is. Okay, let's go back to raw. I think raw was the correct thing for it. That's what I brought in as anyway. Because I've changed to OCIO 2.0, so I don't really know what's correct anymore. Let's get his background to that. It's a bit front lit. Sure. I almost preferred it with the pitch black background than these lights. Maybe we could to get something a bit more interesting happening. Well, that's actually kind of cool. I didn't intend on that. That's not the direction I wanted to go at all. That's the direction I wanted to go. No, I kind of preferred that in its old position, with this doubling up at the left side. Hey dude, how you doing? I have no idea how the close-ups will look with this setup. I kind of want to make this guy visible, but only in refractions. Or refractions and reflections and backgrounds. So let's turn off diffuse, let's turn off subsurface. Keep indirect. That's right, for background visibility. We can color correct it too. Oh, he's more reflective than I realized. He's a lot more reflective than I realised, what the fuck? That's bad. That's awful, actually. Jesus. Well, I guess he is also super bright, so that's something to consider. Like, this light is extremely bright. Not a do that. Oh, sorry. Although when I call people dude, it's more of a gender neutral thing, to be honest. I call everyone dude. Let's lower the... Let's go to -3 exposure, which is quite a lot. Yeah, it's becoming invisible again. Yeah, let's get rid of it. It's not working for what I want. No! Okay, send report. Don't delete lights while rendering. That should be common sense, to be honest. Let's just quickly delete that while I'm at it. And oh, that's over there. The audio delay is pretty funny. So I can probably load this. Okay, so let's go into our outliner. Oh, so it's still survived. Alright, cool. Let's add a ground. Material. Let's throw a dark material in there. Maybe a blue tint to it. Oh, that's cool. Very, very deep blue. Maybe we could do the same with this. Maybe that's the issue with it. That feels much better. More interesting to look at. So let's give this a moment to do its thing. I'm gonna quickly resave. Desktop. I hate the fact that I'm saving on my desktop, but this project isn't going to go anywhere, so... Such a cleanly arranged desktop. Thanks. I like the word dudette. It sounds kind of French, though. We'll use it more. Yeah. Have you seen the Octopus Teacher? No, I haven't, actually. Never even heard of it, to be honest. I cannot put like a little plaque. I don't know what I'd write on it. I also don't know which works better, the low focal length or high. I think the high focal length feels better to me. Let's just quickly override this so I can see what the hell's going on. Let's just make a cube. All good things start as a cube. Clean it back just slightly. Need to face. Bevel again. And then I'm just going to add some multicut. And then smooth. Material. Let's try putting melt on this up. Yeah, no. Cool. Let's just let that clean up for a moment. And just kill it and save first, actually. Now I can add dispersion to the next one. Could it be worth making this black with gold text on that?
Hey Mark, nice stuff, man. Can I ask a question? Are you using GPU or CPU? AOV's aren't working, GPU version for me.
I'm currently rendering CPU. But I can need a shallower depth of field. Let's just quickly go into... that is the wrong one. So let's just go to the... Let's need to keyframe it on that frame first. So don't actually change everything before it. And let's change you to like 6, it's 3 times shallower. I'm just gonna let that render for a moment. We'll see how it looks. It's looking kind of interesting. That should be over to the left a bit, but we'll leave that for now. There we go. Just as a little bit more of an overlap. Or a bit less of an overlap, sorry. Is it worth doing this on all sides? This wall thing? That's interesting. Let's try... I have no idea how the lighting works in these close-ups. I don't imagine particularly well. Especially since the camera is outside the glass still. For the close-ups I might use the other lighting. Not really liking how reflective this guy is right now. Let's go to... This guy's completely hidden now. Like, he's lost. Oh no, it's not working for me yet. Something's missing. I always kind of want to have things hanging, but like decorative, like as if this is like a museum thing. Like maybe this is, I don't know, I mean, what would a real world example be? Maybe this is HR Giga's last maquette sculpt or something. So the museum's got it. It's like, you know, it's the last creature thing this guy did. And so it might have some like banner next to it with something about HR Giga. That's what I've got in my head, is that kind of thing. Also, I quite like that having this glass here means we get to see a bit of the back anatomy. That wasn't intentional, but I actually kind of like the fact that that's how it's working. Beautiful. There we go. Let's lower that a little bit. I have to enter numbers, don't I? There we go. Let's look at the amount of glow. Threshold, 0.9 is still good. Maybe 0.95. That'll just isolate it to just the actual areas that should be glowing. Well, technically anything above a value of 1 should glow. I mean, it kind of works. Let's test some of the closer up ones. So I'm just gonna hide the glass for a moment and switch to light LGT-B. That isn't intentional, but Pride Month. Kind of fits. So let's just do that, and then where's the glass? Yeah, that's the glass. So let's do frame 1. I feel like for the close-ups, this more natural lighting works better. So it helps bring out the kind of fold, like roundness to things. So maybe I'll do 4 renders, 1 close-up of each face, one close-up in. Can you put Becca made this? But you didn't, Becca. You made something really cool as well. If you want me to put your thing on stream, I'm happy to put it on stream. It's looking really cool. Like you said, you'll show me some renders. I'm happy to put it on the screen while I have a look. But yeah, so maybe let's just thumbnail these. So store snapshot. That. Give this guy a moment. This one's kind of weak. It's too front lit. Yes, Mike, do it. Do what, sorry? Oh, put Becca made this. No, because she didn't. That'll do for this snapshot. I'm not sure I'll keep that. And then kind of mid-range in this same lighting. Oh, this is my favourite song at the moment. I know why this song makes me so like unreasonably happy. Magnus Clausen is one of the guys that helped make the song, and he's a really good one to follow on Instagram. He's constantly posting like really cool guitar stuff, but also like actual lessons. So, Becca, for some reason it's not letting me reply to you on Facebook. In terms of the groom, try go down a checklist. For some reason it won't let me type it to you. So make sure that you're happy with your clump size. I actually quite like the clump size that you've got. Second thing is make sure you've got cut in there to like randomize hair lengths and make it quite aggressive and multiply by C length. Make sure that you've got some nice noise breakup in there that's got a percentage on it. This is the second part. It seems to be this is my full-fledged project, with the difference being that mine looks like someone had a mental diarrhea while opening ZBrush. Right, so that would be the third render, and then we switch to the display, which is this, and either frame 4, 5, or 6. I don't really like the low focal length. So it's going to be either 5 or 6. I think... See, 6, you can see the top plane of glass. So that adds interest in some way. But the angle isn't as good for the actual subject matter. This feels a lot more intimidating as well. So I think this is the angle I'll go with, so let that clean up for a moment. I need to check my LinkedIn on the other screen. No, I've not missed anything. Also, for clarity, I'm not waiting for anything to do with new jobs. I'm just waiting for Bournemouth University to reach back out and some stuff. And I haven't actually checked LinkedIn all day. Yeah, this seems cool to me. Alright, so I guess it's just a case then of leaving everything to render, right? Do I write something in this in render or just do it in Photoshop? I think Photoshop might be better. I can always just render this as a snippet, right? So let's save this. And let's start okay, so let's drop all of these into this group, and then drop those into light B. And then what are you? You're the base, that's fine. Save that. And then I'm just going to do that. It's the first frame. And I'm just going to leave this clean up. But yeah. I guess that's it for this project. I'll go into ZBrush and kind of save that out. So let's get that saved. Yeah, I think he came out alright. Geez, what? How long was this stream? 2 hours basically. Okay, so he's worked out to be approximately 10 hours, I think. Maybe 11. So he turned out alright. I definitely need to scratch up on my back anatomy. Like, this makes no fucking sense. Like, absolutely none. I know which muscle this is, but functionally I have not used that correctly, like, at all. These muscles are probably wrong attachment points, but at least they're vaguely like teres major and minor. But I'm pretty sure this is supposed to, like, completely cut across that. Which... I don't know, let's quickly test it. So let's just mask all of you. In fact, no, let's sculpt it manually. I feel like it's supposed to be more like that. I'm also aware that this is the Dynamesh version. Oh, nah, it's not supposed to be like that, is it? Fact is, I don't understand back anatomy well enough, so I do need to go through and study that, because it's definitely a sore point for me. Although overall he feels functional, which is better than most of the creatures that I do. I've also just realised that I saved the wrong thing, so let's delete this. And then go back to you. And save you in there. I can get some screenshots. In fact, let's quickly zoom out. Cool. Store snapshot. Document. Export. Desktop. looks really weird at this angle. That's a really horrible shape at this angle. What angle works best for this guy? Guess that works, alright. Document. Export. Cool. Kill that. I'm gonna have to leave this going for a little while, aren't I? Yeah, it came out alright. It came out amazing. Thanks, man. This guy may have some more some twisted wings. Oh Jesus. I mean, I'm definitely not adding wings. I'm past the point of caring with this project now. Granted, it's not been a long project, but it's been long enough given what it's for. So I'm going to put this project down. I will be getting back to the Pero, hopefully by the end of this week. It's just a case of drilling up the motivation to actually work on that guy. But yeah, so I hope you guys have enjoyed the mini series thing. I will do more of these kind of mini series because I've quite enjoyed doing it. It's just a case of whenever I do like little side sculpts, I'll continue the drink and sculpt series. This is obviously a very long running series, I think. Because you know it'll go from project to project, it will keep the same name, although I do need to rename it. So maybe, obviously the stream's about to end, but if you got me on Facebook, message me with any name ideas, or if you're seeing this after the fact, feel free to kind of comment and say what you think the series should be called, because I think Drink and Sculpt, I don't know, I'm not sure it's the right name, but yeah, we can figure out something. But anyway, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. I'm gonna leave this rendering for the next couple hours, get this and the other frames out. And then, yeah. Alright, see you guys. Enjoy the rest of your night.